Good evening and welcome to the NMAA Selection Show. I know a lot of you are watching to find out who your school will be playing in the state basketball tournament, maybe what seed your team got, maybe wondering even if you got in. Now you probably already know who the number one seeds are if you have the NMAA 24/7 app. We released that information earlier on the app. If you don't have the app, download it now. It's free. Go ahead. I'll wait. Okay, no waiting, right? Before we get to the brackets, let me fill you in on how these matchups were determined. The seeding is based on criteria that was voted on by the member schools. Here are some of the elements considered: the finish in regular season play, head-to-head matchups, wins against district champs regardless of class, your overall record, max preps ranking, and member school input submitted by the head coach of each team. That coach's input can sway a team one way or the other. No opinionated input from the NMAA is given. It's all data driven. So let's get to the brackets, right? First, a shout out to some of the teams gathered together watching the show. I know Santa Fe is watching. I know you're out there. Highland, the girls won their district tourney titles Saturday afternoon. Let me hear ya. The Santa Fe Indian School boys and girls are gathered together. Same with the boys and girls from Logan. Shout out to the Longhorns. No more waiting. No more filibuster from me. No more stalling. Let's dive into the bracket. And ladies first. We will start in Class 5A. The number one seed goes to the HOBBS Eagles. Joe Carpenter, 26-2. I'd say that's impressive. They're the defending state champs. They like to run like last year, so the competition better keep up. Let's look at the bracket. HOBBS will take on Deming. La Cueva will meet up with Rio Rancho in the first round as that 8-9 matchup. Volcano Vista is a 5 and gets Alamogordo. Carlsbad will be home as a 4 and takes on Centennial. West Mesa is the 3 against Oñate. Mayfield will meet up with Sandia. Farmington is having a good year with a new head coach, Larenson Henderson. The Lady Scorps looking good. They'll take on Cleveland. Piedra Vista is tough. They're the 2, and they get El Dorado. Now let's move on to 4A girls. The number one seed, top honor, team with a target is the Kirtland Central Lady Broncos. They are 24-3 under Devin Manning. Manning is a former standout player himself from the Four Corners. Kirtland has 19 state championships to their name, more than any other girls basketball program in the state. Their last one came in 2012. They are your top seed in Class 4A. 4A girls bracket looks like this. Look at that first round matchup, Kirtland and Shiprock. I'd say they know a little something about each other. Some great games in the past between those two. Portales and Artesia, you'll get to know each other in the opening round. Highland, watching tonight, you're a 5. What do you think about it? Huh? Okay, are you happy with it? They'll face Los Alamos. Pojoaque is the 4, gets rival Espanola Valley. On the other side, it's Gallup at the 3 against Grants, a little G&G special. Silver and Goddard going at it. St. Pius is a 7, Hope the 10. Los Lunas is the 2. Now the Los Lunas girls have won 20 in a row. Marty Zeller has this team running like a machine. They won it all last season, played in the state final 5 of the last 6 years. Bernalillo is up first for them. 3A girls. The top seed went to Robertson. Robertson is 25-2 under Jose Medina. Their 2 losses are by a total of just 9 points. They lost an overtime game against Tucumcari back in January and then came up short against Santa Fe Indian School on Friday. Robertson played in the final back in 2001. Release the bracket. Robertson, you will host Cobre in your first round game. 8 and 9, that's West Las Vegas and Tohatchee. Navajo Prep is the 5 seed. They'll take on St. Michael's. Hatch Valley is the 4. Theroux checks in at 13. On the other side of the bracket, Tucumcari is a 3. They're having a good year, 21-4 on the season. They'll face Cuba. Tularosa at 6, Sandia Prep at 11, Socorro at 7, Crown Point's at 10. The 2:15 matchup is Santa Fe Indian School and Laguna Acoma. Now, if this plays out according to seed, a 1-2 matchup would be a rematch of their district tourney title game. Let's move on to Class 2A girls. The top team is Texaco. They are 22-3 overall under head coach Rich Luscombe. Their only loss to a New Mexico school was a 3-point setback to Robertson back in December. They've won 13 straight. Texaco won it all last year, a 1-point victory in the state final. What a game that was, if you remember. In fact, they've won a state title in 3 of the last 4 years. Here are the numbers and the teams in the girls 2A bracket. Texaco gets Loving, then it's Mescalero and Magdalena at 8 and 9. Estancia is the 5. They'll face Rehoboth. Dulce is a 4, matched up against Newcomb. Pecos is a 3. They'll match up against Siagai. Lordsburg is the 6 against Cloudcroft. Clayton is 7. Alamo Navajo 10. Penasco is the 2 seed. They will host McCurdy this weekend. Class 1A girls, the number 1 seed, based on the criteria, goes to Melrose. 21 and 6 under head coach Caleb King. They played in the state final last year. They'll try and work their way back as a number 1 seed this time around. Melrose will take on Tohajali. Cimarron an 8 and Elida the 9. 9's the number for them because Elida is the 8-time defending state champ, going for 9, and they have a tough road ahead. Cliff is the 5 seed and will face Fort Sumner. Pine Hill, you are the 4 against Roy Mosquero. On the other side of the bracket, it's Logan as the 3 facing Hondo Valley. Quemado a 6 going up against Des Moines. Animas earned a 7 against Jemez Valley as a 10. Tatum takes the 2 seed against Dora. But that's only half the story. Now let's break down the boys bracket. We will stay in Class 1A and the top honor goes to Quemado. They're your top seed, 26 and 1 overall. Their only setback, a 4-point loss to Magdalena in January. Quemado will face Walatoa in the opening round. Then it's Gateway and Elida. Melrose is the 5 this year up against Animas. Logan is the 4, gets Cimarron. Maxwell is the 3 against Evangel Christian. Tatum is 6 and will face Foothill. NMSD is a 7 going up against Vaughn. Fort Sumner is the 2 seed and will take on Tohajali. Class 2A boys, the number 1 seed goes to a team in green, a team that knows something about lifting the blue trophy lately, the Pecos Panthers. Pecos is 23 and 3 and riding a 12-game win streak right now. Pecos is a 2-time defending state champ. Head coach Ira Harge is in his 6th season with the Panthers. He says there's some pressure that comes with being the number 1 seed.
It's tough because of the position and makes that target bigger, of course, but it's what everybody strives for because they think you're playing lesser teams is what you think, but that's not necessarily true. So, I mean, everybody's record when we get to the state championship tournament is 0-0. And so we're just hoping that we can just go in there and just play hard and have the success that we've had in the past.
Boys Class 2A bracket. Pecos will take on Monte del Sol. Then it's Magdalena and Estancia, Mora and Eunice. Texaco takes on Manal in the 4-13 matchup. Newcomb earned a 3 seed on the other side of the bracket. They'll face Siagai. Then it's McCurdy and Escalante, Mesilla Valley and Rehoboth. Santa Rosa is the 2 seed and will match up against Jal in the opening round. 3A boys. The top team in this bracket goes to a group of men. Horsemen, the ones from St. Michael's. You know them. They earn the top spot. They are 19 and 8 under David Rodriguez. They last raised the blue trophy in 2012. Let's see the 3A bracket. I want to see how it sizes up. Okay, yeah, there it is. St. Michael's, you will play through West Las Vegas and Bosque is the 8-9 matchup. Cuba is the 5. They'll take on East Mountain. Santa Fe Indian School is a 4 and matching up against New Mexico Military Institute. Now, Hot Springs is the 3. I want to talk about them for a moment. For the first time since 2000, the Tigers claimed a district title. Second-year head coach Derek Bean is leading the team to the postseason for the first time in a long time. Bean is a 2005 graduate of Hot Springs High School, and he never had the opportunity to play in the postseason. In fact, the last time Hot Springs won 20-plus games was back in 1994 behind Royce Olney. They'll take on Tularosa. Fort Wingate is a 6 against Robertson. Navajo Prep is the 7 to take on the 10, Dexter. Sandia Prep is the 2 seed, and they will see Cobre this coming weekend. Moving on to Class 4A. The boys Class 4A top seed goes to a team in search of their first state title, Los Lunas. The Tigers are 24 and 3. Their last loss was back on January 4th to Las Cruces. The Tigers are led by 6'3 guard Zanen Zeller, and he's a good one. Los Lunas has never won a state title. In fact, before head coach Travis Julian took over, they never even won a district title. They last played in the state final in 2014. Now, Julian knows how to get there again. You have to have some matchups in your favor.
Matchups do matter. People want to say they don't, but they do. And when it comes time, be at our best. You got to be at your best in March, because you can have a great year and, you know, be cold at the wrong time, and one of the other teams get hot at the right time, and it's a one-game elimination.
Here is the 4A breakdown. You've waited this long. Here it is. Artesia is in the field. They will face top seed Los Lunas. The 8-9 matchup is Valencia and Taos. In fact, this entire bracket was difficult because of so many tie-breaking elements in the seeding criteria. Espanola Valley is a 5. They'll take on Del Norte. Gallup is a 4. Last year's state runner-up Bernalillo will face the Bengals on the road in the opening round. Silver's a 3 seed against Ruidoso. Goddard gets a 6, and Portales. Valley is a 7 and will meet up with Highland. Hope Christian is the 2 seed. Jim Murphy's bunch looking for 7 in a row. And how about Miamura? 16-12 on the year, and they upset Gallup in the district tournament final on Saturday, 68-63 in overtime. They're in the field against the Huskies. Last but not least, the 5A boys bracket. It was going to be between Volcano Vista and Las Cruces, and when the math added up, the top honor went to Volcano Vista. The Hawks and Greg Brown, head coach. Volcano Vista won it all in 2017. That district was the toughest in the state. All of those teams beat up on each other during the regular season, and the Hawks were the ones standing at the end of the district and district tournament. Here is the rest of the final bracket. Volcano Vista will face Carlsbad in the opening round. Hobbs and Clovis, 2 teams familiar with each other, ended up the 8-9 seed matchup. Santa Fe is in the bracket as a 5. They will meet a familiar foe, Manzano. El Dorado earned a 4 with all the criteria. The Eagles get capital. Rio Rancho earned a 3 seed, finishing 2nd in that tough district. They get Gadsden. Trisco Heritage is the 6. They have a first-round home game against Roswell. Cleveland is a 7. They will also play at home against La Cueva, who is the 10. Undefeated Las Cruces is the 2 seed and will face Oñate in the opening round. So there you have it. All the brackets, all the matchups. The first round begins this coming weekend. The girls on Friday, boys on Saturday. First round games will be held at the home gym of the team with the better seed. Tickets for the first round games are $5. Quarterfinal action begins Tuesday, March 12th. Now, games that week will be played at Dreamstyle Arena, the Pit, as well as the Santa Ana Star Center in Rio Rancho and Bernalillo High School. Now, remember, the University of New Mexico will charge $5 for parking for games at Dreamstyle Arena. Parking is free at the Santa Ana Star Center and Bernalillo High School. Because of security protocol at Dreamstyle Arena and the Santa Ana Star Center, you might want to get to your game a little early. Just a little tip for you. The best way to see the action is in person. High school basketball in March is unbelievable. But if you can't make it to the arena, you can watch the action live on the NFHS network. Get a subscription and check out all the action. Also, make sure you get the NMAA 24/7 app. We will be posting highlights all during the tournament. We have one more announcement. We are giving away a VIP prize pack to one lucky fan. If you already downloaded that NMAA 24/7 app, then you are entered into the contest. And our lucky winner is, drum roll please. No drum roll? We got to get a drum roll next year, okay? Paul Johnston. You, my friend, have won 2 state basketball tournament passes, as well as a $100 Flying Star Cafe gift card, another $100 gift card from Dave & Buster's, a Wilson Evolution leather basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. Congratulations, Paul Johnston. You're a winner. And thank you to our participating sponsors, Flying Star Cafe, Dave & Buster's, New Mexico Sports and Wellness, and Wilson. In just a couple of weeks, we will hand out the blue trophies. You now know who's in the field. Good luck to all the competitors and the teams, and remember to compete with class. Thanks for watching.